What? Miss Danielle is in a video with a cap on her head turned sideways and an old t-shirt, a t-shirt that she sleeps in? Yes, your eyes don't deceive you. Come back and I will share why. It was June 26th of, when was it? 1993. June 26th of 1993, when my ex-husband and I walked down the aisle together in happily wedded bliss, looking forward to a life of happily ever after. And although I was decked out in my white long dress and my gloves and my beautiful headdress and my veil over my face, really and truly, I was not a virgin. And so even though I was dressed up, underneath I looked like this. And suffice it to say, we went through the ceremony, we went to the reception, our friends and family wished us well, and then everyone went home, and here we were on our wedding night, business as usual. I mean, really, what fun is that? There was nothing about him to make it child friendly that I didn't know. There was nothing about me that he didn't know. And like I said, our wedding night was business as usual. Now, many people, when they think about marriage, when they think about having sex before marriage, and hearing that having sex before marriage is really not the way that it should be, they think that that is maybe an antiquated thought, that it is old-fashioned, that nobody does it anymore. Who does that? But I will be happy to say that as I'm reading on social media, or I'm going through other YouTube videos, I'm reading articles in Christian magazines, there is a growing sect of women and men who are realizing that it is worth the wait to fall in love before the touch, and worth the wait to make love to your wife or your husband on your wedding night. For the next few minutes, let me give you a few reasons as to why this should be the case. Now, reason number one, like I said, you don't want your wedding night to be business as usual. You don't want to be all dressed out or all dressed up in a beautiful designer wedding gown, laden with jewels, laden with, you know, that 2 carat, you know, 1 carat ring, who knows, I don't know, I've been out of the game for so long, you know, diamond that he put on your hand, perfume, earrings, shoes, you know, this outfit that has cost you thousands of dollars. But really and truly, underneath it, you look like this. You look like you're getting ready to go paint. You look like you're getting ready to maybe go pick up some clothes from the dry cleaners, all because you and your fiance or your intended have been having sex weeks, months, years that it took you to get to the altar. And so on your wedding night, yes, you're gonna consummate that marriage. Yes, you're gonna say, well, we have to do this because this is what people do on the wedding night, or maybe you don't because you're too tired and it's like, I'm not missing anything, I know what he or she is all about. But reason number one, your wedding night is not supposed to be business as usual. On the contrary, and reason number two, who wouldn't want to be, how can I say, surprised or in awe or dazzled by the person who you have been in love with for however long you have been in love with that person, and made that commitment, that covenant with that person early in the day to love them till death do us part. On that night, for you to see her in her beautiful form uncovered for the first time, for you to see him in his beautiful form uncovered for the first time, and then when you guys meet and meld together, how beautiful it would be not having tasted or seen or felt the other person up until that night. Think about it. Reason number 3. You do not want your wedding night to be business as usual is this. There is something about the mind that tricks us into thinking about others in a way that reflects our own intentions. Let me see if I broke that down correctly, or if I can break it down. For example, if you are a man and a woman who are dating, and you got into that relationship saying, you're saying, the woman, I'm gonna have my boundaries. The guy's saying, I'm gonna have my boundaries. These are some things we will or we will not do. And push comes to shove, there is no accountability in that relationship. Instead of you guys dating or being out with each other in community, you're out by yourself. You're going over to his place, he's going over to your place, and the temptation then gets the both of you, gets the better of both of you, and oops, we fall. Do you know what he's thinking in the back of his mind? Oh my gosh, she could not control herself. You know what you're thinking in the back of your mind? Oh my gosh, he could not control himself. The other person has no discipline. He doesn't know how to keep his word. He didn't protect me or help me to keep my word. He's thinking she doesn't know how to keep her word. So why should I believe him when he says he's going down the road to hang out with the boys? I know he can't control himself. Why should I believe her when she's going down the road to hang out with her girlfriends and I can't get a hold of her for some hours when I know she can't control herself? You see, having sex before marriage brings in a whole level of distrust into a relationship, because if we cannot hold each other accountable or keep the promises each of us have made to each other in boundaries, no honey, we're not going to do this, we're going to save ourselves until the wedding night, then what else can I trust you with? What other promise are you going to make to me that you are not going to keep? Reason number 3, having sex before marriage builds distrust. And the last reason I'm going to share with you today why your wedding night should never, ever, ever, ever be business as usual is simply this. And y'all know, come on, y'all know Miss Danielle was going to bring out the Bible, right? Y'all know Miss Danielle was going to talk from the Word. Is this: the Lord our God tells us we are to be holy simply because He is holy, that we should flee from all sexual immorality, all of it, not just some of it. We're not blaming this group of people that does this thing, but it's okay for me because I'm doing this other thing here. We're not blaming one set of people who does things differently from the way we do things. The Word of God says all sexual immorality. That is masturbation, that is sex before marriage, that is adultery, that is homosexuality, everything that is not the way He designed it to be is against His Word. Why carry the weight of that into your marriage? And yes, I know, and I'm not saying that He doesn't. Yes, God forgives. Yes, He will forgive us. If we ask for it, He is faithful and just to forgive us and cast our sin as far as the east is from the west. But really and truly, sometimes, all the time, most times, all the time, some of the times, We beat ourselves up more than God will ever do. And we walk with that guilt and we walk with that shame. Don't take that heaviness into your wedding night. Don't take that heaviness into your marriage. Don't allow your honeymoon, your wedding night, which is supposed to be a beautiful night of exploration of the one that you love, become just business as usual. It is not worth it, beloved. It doesn't make any sense walking down the aisle in an outfit that you have paid thousands of dollars for that screams, yes, I'm a bride, or yes, I'm a groom, to look like this underneath. I promise you, you guys can't see it, but there are actually holes in this t-shirt. It doesn't make any sense. Instead, go to your wedding night dressed like that on the outside, and also on the inside and underneath, looking like and feeling like a bride. Here, I'll show you. Wouldn't this be better? On the outside, you look like a bride. On the inside, you feel like a bride. And on that night, you get to be discovered by your groom in all of your feminine and sultry glory. I want to take this time to thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, share my videos, like my videos, and comment. Do you think there are any other reasons why your honeymoon should not be, or your wedding night rather, should not be business as usual? I'd like to hear from you. And until then, this is Danielle from Red Couch Chronicles. I look forward to seeing you again soon.